Hey boss babes, welcome and welcome back to my channel. My name is Simonesanangurai. If you are tuning in for the first time, you are more than welcome to be part of the family. And if you are a returning subscriber, you already know that I love you so much and I appreciate you so much. So yeah guys, let's get into today's video. Today's video is just gonna be a very quick one, and I'm coming out here today as your accountable bestie. So as you all know guys, today is the 1st of June, and like I said, I'm coming out here today to you as your accountable bestie. So y'all already know 2023 is already 6 months halfway through, so we are left with only the remaining of the 6 months of this year. So I guess this is one of those moments whereby y'all know how when the year starts we are all like, I have goals, I have visions, I have ambitions, vision boards, etc., writing down our goals, etc. So I guess today is since today is the 1st of June, is one of those days whereby you need to go back to your vision board, you need to go back to your goals that you wrote for yourself, and you need to check how far you have come with the accomplishments that you have set up for yourself. Now remember, when you're setting goals, of course these are things that we learn in like high school. When you're setting up goals, you have to set short-term goals and long-term goals. So for you to achieve those long-term goals, you would have set up short-term goals for you. So let's say you set up what I normally used to do. I'm not a saint and I haven't been too faithful, but what I normally used to do when I used to be really consistent and really accountable to myself is I would set up long-term goals, the things that I would love to see myself achieving at the end of the year. And then I would set up small milestones, which no, I'll set up long-term goals, like the things I would like to achieve, of course, when the year ends. And then I'll set up short-term goals, which are the small milestones that I would like to see myself achieving monthly. So what I would do is every month, on the 1st of every month, I'll get down my diary and I will write down all the things that I want to achieve in that month. And I'll make sure that I always visit that diary and check if I am taking the right measures or right steps for me to achieve those. So those short-term goals would help me to eventually achieve my long-term goals, which are my yearly goals. So now is the time where you need to, I saw someone say, if you are going to make goals or if you are going to make a vision board, it doesn't help if you're not going to be checking on it monthly, not monthly, like daily, or perhaps weekly if you can't daily, weekly, or perhaps monthly. So it doesn't help if you write something down that this is what I want to achieve, and then you don't go back there to remind yourself. Then you find yourself doing things haphazardly. You find yourself not even doing the things that you had told yourself that you want to be accountable of doing. So I'm here today as your accountable bestie, and I'm here to remind you that you don't have time, only 6 months left. Like, if you have already put a time frame on yourself, we do not do things the same way as people. Some people, they don't prefer putting timeline on themselves or things that they want to do, but I always feel like I also don't like putting a time frame on things, because in life things don't always go as we plan them. Sometimes you might plan that, but at a certain year or at a certain age, I want to have achieved this, and it doesn't happen that way. So that has sort of made me not want to put a year on something and say, okay, this is but on the other hand, as much as a person, you might not put time frames on yourself, but you still need to be accountable to your own actions, because at the end of the day, your actions will always lead up to what end up happening in your life. As much as you might not have power over everything that happens in your life, but you still need to plan. You know what they say, failing to plan is planning to fail. So at least if you put your plan on paper and you say, these are the things that I want to achieve, this is the things that I want to do, and these are the measures I'm willing to take to get there. So eventually, even if things don't happen that way, but you had planned and you had taken the right measures, and God sees, God is not sleeping, God knows what is in our heart, and the Bible says he grants us our heart desires. So for me, whenever I make plans that I make, whenever I put down anything on paper, I also pray about it, because the Bible also says we plan and God is the one who decides in the end if what we have planned is going to come to pass or not. So I do make plans, I do write things on my diary. I did make goals that I wrote on my diary, and last night I was actually looking back on those goals, that how far have I come also. So I do make plans, but I don't forget also to pray and involve God and put God first, because at the end of the day I might say these are the things I want and this is how I want it to happen exactly, but only God is going to decide. Only God knows what is ahead of me. Only God knows what the future holds for me. And I also like praying and saying, God, please order my steps and direct my path, because I don't want to walk in not ordered steps, because if I walk in steps that are not ordered, I end up following things that I'm not, the path and things that I'm not even supposed to be following, which will bring me back to the starting line again. Because you walk your head, like, okay, just now as I'm talking about this, I'm reminded of the story of Jonah, who in the Bible, who was sent by God, that go to Nineveh to preach the gospel. And he chose not to go to Nineveh. He was like, I'm going to run away from God's instruction and I'm going to go to Tarshish instead. So he went to Tarshish instead. But because God's plan and God's will over his life was for him to go to Nineveh, he finds himself in a storm in the middle of the sea, trying to run away. And he tells those people that this storm is happening because I'm trying to run away from what God said I must do. And he tells them, throw me in the sea because I'm the one to blame here. He gets thrown in the sea. The fish comes and swallows him, and the fish goes and spits him out to Nineveh. Was it Nineveh or Tarshish? Please, I read this story a long time ago, so I might not get the cities correctly. So the fish end up spitting him off where he was supposed to go, where God has instructed him to go. So sometimes you take a path that you're not even supposed to take part in, but best believe me, you will take that path, but you find yourself going back on the drawing board. You find yourself going back on the starting line, because that is not where God wants you to be. So the moral of this whole story is, as much as you have made those plans, you've written them down, always ask God to order your steps and direct your path. Always ask God to be the one who leads you, so that you do not find yourself wasting years of your life or days of your life trying to chase something that you're not even supposed to be chasing. So yeah, back to my motivation of this month of June and the remaining 6 months that are coming is that keep going. And I just came out here to remind you that go back to your vision board, go back to those plans that you made and check how far you have made it. So far, I wrote a couple of things that I would want to see changes in my life, and I have been checking, I've been seeing some progress. There are some things that I haven't even done yet that I told myself that by now I would have done it, and I have to be accountable also to myself, to my own actions. Say, hey, you need to I need to push myself to also go back and reevaluate everything, and also get online, because before we know it, this whole 6 months will be done again, and people will be like, I didn't do anything that I told myself I was going to do in the year of 2023. So I'm gonna say this again. I'm here as your accountable bestie, and I'm here to remind you that stop sleeping, wake up. I don't know who this message is for, but stop sleeping, wake up, stand up, dust yourself. Maybe you've already experienced some setbacks in this month, in this year I mean, but keep it moving and keep on going until you reach the finish line. I always say consistency is key, and giving up is not an option. Do not give up. Keep on going. You want to stay on the course. You do not want to fall off. You want to stay on the course. You want to keep on running the race until you reach the finish line. You do not want to give up, even if you do not come out first, if you do not come out on record time, but you want to finish the course. You start something, you have to finish it. So yeah, guys. Okay guys, I hope you found a little bit of motivation from this video. Thank you so much guys for tuning into today's video. Thank you guys for the continuous support. I'm so grateful of my journey here on YouTube because I am growing, and I'm grateful for my community. I'm grateful for the people that are still with me, who were with me from the beginning or who found me in the middle of this journey. But nonetheless, I'm grateful for all of you guys. And I just want to say, I want to say, guys, happy new month. Happy new month. Today's the 1st of June. I wish you all a great and a fruitful month, and I wish you all remaining best 6 months of this remaining year. I wish you all find your path and find your purpose. And guys, if you've been with me, please comment down in the comment section below. Guys, let's celebrate happy new month, happy remaining 6 months. And I hope you found some motivation from this video, and I love you guys so much, and I will definitely see you in the next video or in the next vlog. And if you haven't yet subscribed, please do well to subscribe to this channel and give this video a thumbs up, because it always helps with the algorithm. And also leave me a nice comment down in the comment section below. I love you guys so much.